life is very strong, and therefore it is very difficult even for learned men to tolerate the offenses committed against them by ignorant people. Only your devotees who are fixed in your loving service and who have achieved peace by residing at your lotus feet are able to tolerate such offenses. Titikshava.
You see, this is your devotees who are fixed in loving Him, who have achieved peace by residing in lotus. This is speaking about a pure devotee. I don't know about me, but definitely might be you, Then Krishna said in the next verse,
O disciple of Brihaspati, there is virtually no saintly man in this world capable of resettling his own mind after it has been disturbed by the insulting words of uncivilized men. Oh, no saintly man in the world. Okay. So resettling his own mind. Sharp arrows which pierce one's chest and reach the heart do not cause as much suffering as the arrows of harsh insulting words here that become lodged within the heart when spoken by uncivilized men.
yes, this is a
I don't.
story about,
Mm.
one Brahmin who lost all his money. So he's showing how he controlled his anger. You can read in this chapter.
Okay,
Hmm?
okay.
Any other questions?
There is a verse 8:6:24.
Hmm?
Prabhu, one question.
Hmm.
So today is 25th December, and they celebrate as a Bodadina. Bodadina means big day in Odisha, and I think in India also. That means they believe that from today, the day increases and night decreases, something like that. Prabhu, can you?
I don't know. In Singapore, the day is always the same year.
No, in India actually, now India night was bigger than the days before.
Yeah, it has
Now from today
happened.
they say,
Yeah, because now is the winter time.
yeah, yeah,
So winter time, the night will be longer and day will be shorter.
yeah, yeah.
Understand? So maybe from today it will start, no? Because winter is coming, no? Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So January is a very cold month, no?
Yes, oh, yes. Now already it's too cold now, all around the India now. In Odisha also this time too cold. So
Singapore is
in,
very warm. Singapore, no problem.
yeah.
Like a heavenly planet here. Anyways, cold, hot, whatever. Main thing is to become Krishna conscious, no? If the night is longer and the day is shorter, the people that those who are demonic, they like the night.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand?
Yes, yes.
Because they can do more sense gratification. You follow?
Yes, yes.
So the devotees, they should not think like that. They should take early rest and wake up early and chant. More time for chanting. Hmm? Yes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Winter time is sleeping nicely, can, no? Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
When he come to Mangalariti time, only Prabhu, I am sick, Prabhu. Yes,
Yes, sir.
when
Yes,
he
sir.
coming to eating time, very healthy. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So therefore, we must learn how to utilize everything in Krishna's service. That's intelligence. Huh?
Yes,
It is there in the Bhagavatam when Brahma was creating the night, the demons, they catch the night, the twilight and the night, because they like to enjoy the twilight and the night. So we should not curse. Day may be longer, night may be longer, but our devotional service should always be there. Huh? Yes?
Yes.
I think Bhishma was waiting to die, this time, no?
Hmm. Uttarayan.
Yes. I don't think Gita was spoken on Ekadasi day, was it that fact?
yes, yes, yes. That is good.
Gita was spoken on Ekadasi day.
Yes, yes. Ekadasi, Sunday, and that is there. That was also Sunday.
Was it?
Mm.
So yeah, today is Vaikunta Ekadasi, no? So any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Uh,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
yes. Why
Uh,
don't you put your video on?
uh, yeah, actually, okay, Prabhu. Actually, there's some problem, Prabhu, in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Problem then, no problem. Then you can speak.
yeah. Um, Prabhu, where can we read the pastime of Alarnath? Like in which
Past,
scripture?
pastime Alalanath.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, that temple is there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to the temple when he cannot see Lord Jagannath, when the Lord is in, what do you call it? Anavasara, is it?
Anavasara, yeah.
Hmm. So when the Lord, supposedly becomes sick, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the darshan is closed. So he goes to this Alalanath temple. There also they have Krishna deity there.
Yeah.
So he goes there and take darshan there.
Um, so, Prabhu, where can we read this whole pastime? Like, there is also this pastime of um, this boy Madhu who offers food on behalf of his father when his father is away. So it's like right now I'm just reading it on the internet, but where can we like which scripture can we read this pastime?
Is that in Alalanath temple? I doubt, I don't know.
Okay.
Was this pastime in Alalanath temple? I don't know. Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
there?
yeah. It's there. The small boy offers when his father is away, and
Hmm.
yeah, he requests Lord to come and honor the bhoga. So Lord appears there.
Well, what I know in Alalanath temple, there is, on the ground there, the stone melted, that
Yeah.
mark
That's
is
good.
there.
Yes, that's also.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to pay his obeisances and the mark of the stone, melted on his, because he bowed down. So you can go and see that there. That much I know about that temple. This pastime I read also, but I don't know it's in this temple. Maybe I don't know. Because the Lord is always doing so many pastimes, no?
Right.
I think also the Chirchor Gopinath is also around there, in Remuna.
Yes, sir.
So there the Lord stole the sweet rice. So there are many pastimes in India, so many things Krishna exhibited. Yes, the Indians are becoming Muslims. and they're not interested in their religion. Yes? The Lord personally walked as Sakshi Gopal, correct? The Lord did so many pastimes, but you see how we are not so much bothered about this. Hmm? You know, in Singapore, the one temple is built here for Buddha tooth, you know. Millions of dollars is spent to build one temple here to put the Buddha's tooth, you know, relic, no? Correct? I went to Vrindavan, I went to one of the forests, and there's a footprint of Krishna. Literally there's a footprint of Krishna. Someone has put his mic on. Can you unmute that?
Yeah.
So I was a little bit surprised, you know, this is the footprint of Krishna, the Lord himself, and nobody around is isolated. I mean, nobody cares about it, you know, just like ordinary thing. And here in Singapore, one tooth of Buddha, they build a huge temple, and there the lotus feet of the Lord, and nobody cares. Yes? Like that, there's so many places where they are very important, you know, what we say, artifact establishing the, you know, from the Lord. But nobody, you know, takes an initiative to preserve them, educate the public. Nothing. Yes? Yes, Anand?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
You know, for example, you go to Puri, you know, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's shoes are there, no? In Sarvamam Bhattacharya's house, no? The Gambira, no?
Gambira.
Uh, but nobody cares. Nobody bothers. Yes? So you see how these very important things are neglected, you know. Very unfortunate, you know. Because, you know, Ganga, all these are very powerful personalities. But they again, firstly, the problem is that the preaching is not there. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami and Sanat to re-establish the lost places, correct? Yes? Yes or not? So the idea is to educate the masses, you know, about the importance. Unfortunately, the preaching is not very vibrant, and people are not educated. They don't understand the relevance or the importance. Can you imagine that? Where is the river where you take bath, all your sins go away? Is there any river in the world except in India? Is there? Huh? Is there a river in your Penang? Do you have one river there? You can go and take a dip. Huh?
No. No.
Ah, yes. So all these things are very unique, you know. Of course, preaching must be there. If there's no preaching, nobody will know. In fact, as Kali progresses, all these places will also disappear, you know. Kali Yuga goes more and more, all these things will be obscured, will be hidden. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan, he asked, where is Radha Kund? Nobody could tell him. Yes?
Yeah.
And he discovered this Radha Kund, no? Correct?
Yeah.
The same way, all these stories and so many things, slowly, slowly, they are becoming, I would say, hidden. So it's the duty of devotees to enlighten.
Right, Prabhu.
So India, they should, particularly, they should set up, what do you call it, archaeological, I don't know, they must have, but I don't know what they're doing. If they all are lining up to go to Makkah, millions and millions of people to see there's also a holy site, right? Huh? But if there's a footprint of Krishna, nobody is going. What does that mean, no? Huh? Yes?
Yeah. Yeah, it's also hidden. Like even some temples in India we go in Tamil Nadu and all, the history is so much hidden and it's only in the regional language, which makes it so difficult for others to understand the pastime.
Yeah. Same thing they say, we go to North India, it's all in Hindi. If you go to
Yeah,
Orissa, it's all in Oriya. So how?
it's also regional that it becomes very difficult for others.
Correct. So they should try to, I mean, I don't know, they're just not so keen. No? They're just interested in whatever it is there, is there. So the preaching has to see like Prabhupada, because he went to the West and he preached, so many people are getting interest to go to Vrindavan and all these other places. Yes?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yes,
So the preaching must be done. So the local people are there, they should re-establish, and make it, again, most big problem is that they don't want any foreigners to come also. That's another big problem. Huh? Discouraging people to come inside the temple. Yes?
yes.
So how the religion will spread? Tell me. Hmm? Suppose we bring somebody who is very interested in seeing Jagannath. How you will go there? The pandas will use stick and beat him up, and he will never go back anymore. Correct?
Yes.
Understand? So it is not very. I would say they don't want to preach like that. The preaching thing is very much curtailed. Like you see the other religion, how mm, they take care of people who are converting. There's a huge building here in Singapore about the Muslim Convert Association, a 5-story big building. I'm sure the Christians also have very big setup. But ours, what do we have? Oh, you cannot come here. Oh, you cannot do this. Oh, you see? Correct?
Yeah, correct.
So therefore, we have to reorganize ourselves. It's going to be difficult because you're dealing with so many, conditions. But I think that's the issue. And of course, I'm sure that another big thing is money. Many temples that don't have huge resources. Know what to do? Kali Yuga is coming in more and more, right? Because Kali Yuga is coming. That's why this is explained here. Please read.
Sukadev Goswami said, then, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali.
So this is the problem, no? Kali Yuga, you know, it's a very terrible age, you know. That's why even Krishna told Uddhava, don't stay in Kali Yuga. I mean, please go back as quickly as you can. And we are here now, right? Listen up. Because we are now here going to some karma. We have to face the brunt of this now. So many things are topsy-turvy, you know. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So you see here in this verse, these are the 4 legs of religion. Want to read this?
Okay, Prabhu. Shukdev Goswami said, "My dear king, in the beginning during Satya Yuga, the age of truth, religion is present with all 4 legs, with all 4 of its legs intact and is carefully maintained by the people of that age. These 4 legs of powerful religion are truthfulness, mercy, austerity, and charity."
So the 4th, of course, we also saw cleanliness instead of charity. But it's the same thing anyway. So here you see the 4 legs of irreligion, you see.
In Treta Yuga, each leg of religion is gradually reduced by 1/4 by the influence of the 4 pillars of irreligion: lying, violence, dissatisfaction, and quarrel.
So these 4 legs of irreligion is that lying, everybody is lying. Violence, everybody is fighting. Everybody is dissatisfied. And quarreling. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, we are in a very difficult situation. That's why the best thing we can do is to chant, no?
Yes,
Even that is also difficult for many people. Yes?
yes,
Even to chant. Correct?
correct, Prabhu.
So what to do? Kali Yuga is terrible age. Especially you can see mostly the effect, of course in India also, but the effect is tremendously outside India. Hmm? I think I sent one video, no? The soul of Seattle or something. Did you all watch that video? Hmm? No?
I haven't watched.
I say recommend you to see how the whole city, you know, the drug addicts are taking over, how they live, you know, a symptom of Kali. There's only one section, but this thing will eventually engulf the whole world, you know. So how are you going to stay in an atmosphere like that? It's going to be very difficult, no? Yes?
Yes,
So
yes,
we have to take up the process very seriously. You know, we have to take up the process very seriously. That is question. Hmm? This question was asked again. This question was asked by this king.
King Mini said, "O great sage, please explain how even a foolish materialist can easily cross over the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord, which is always insurmountable for those who are not self-controlled."
Hmm? Devotee also asked this question. She also asked the same question.
Sri Devahuti inquired, "My dear Brahmana, does material nature ever give relief to the spirit soul? Since one is attracted to the other eternally, how is their separation possible?"
Right? Hmm?
Uh, As there is no separate existence of the earth and its aroma or of water and its taste, there cannot be any separate existence of intelligence and consciousness. Hence, even though he is the passive performer of all activities, how can there be freedom for the soul as long as material nature acts on him and binds him? Even if the great fear of bondage is avoided by mental speculation and inquiry into the fundamental principles, it may still appear again since its cause has not ceased.
That only way is this.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "One can get liberation by seriously discharging devotional service unto me, and thereby hearing for a long time about me, or from me. By thus executing one's prescribed duties, there will be no reaction, and one will be freed from the contamination of matter." This devotional service has to be performed strongly in perfect knowledge and with transcendental vision. One must be strongly renounced and must engage in austerity and perform mystic yoga in order to be firmly fixed in self-absorption. The influence of material nature has covered the living entity, and thus it is as if the living entity were always in a blazing fire. But by the process of previously discharging devotional service, this influence can be removed, just as wooden sticks which can cause fire are themselves consumed by it.
So therefore, we have to practice our devotional service very strictly.
Yes, yeah, very seriously.
Understand?
By discovering the faultiness of his desiring to lord it over material nature, and by therefore giving it up, the living entity becomes independent and stands in his own glory.
So therefore, our whole idea is that's why Prabhupada has given us, the solid program. Hmm?
Yeah,
You just have to follow this program that Prabhupada has given, Mangalati, chanting, hearing, reading, going out, doing some preaching, whatever you can do.
yeah,
This will help us, to stay on course. Otherwise, everything will go down. Just like India finish, what is happening? There's no preaching, correct?
right,
As a result, the whole world also in a mess because nobody knows how to go to Krishna. Only Krishna can, help someone. No, nothing else can help. Hmm?
Yeah.
Is spoken by Narada Muni himself. It says here,
Narada continues, "O
Oh,
you who
oh, you
are..."
who are free. Sorry, carry on, Mataji.
No, no, Prabhu, sorry, please carry on.
O you who are free from all sinful activity, no one can counteract the effects of fruitive activity simply by manufacturing a different activity devoid of Krishna consciousness. All such activity is due to our ignorance. When we have a troublesome dream, we cannot relieve it with a troublesome hallucination. One can counteract a dream only by awaking. Similarly, our material existence is due to our ignorance and illusion. Unless we are awakened to Krishna consciousness, we cannot be relieved from such dreams. For the ultimate solution to all problems, we must awaken to Krishna consciousness.
yes. Hmm. So unless we become a little serious, this whole program will not work, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then the mind will agitate us like anything. You see, the whole thing is designed to give us headaches, until and unless we surrender to Krishna. When you try to take away Krishna, you can try, keep trying. Yes? So therefore, there is no other solution other than to become Krishna conscious. If you want to enjoy the material world, I think we gave a lot of examples already. You must be a fool. The best course is to try to become Krishna conscious and make a permanent plan to some or other leave this place. Hmm? Hmm? Oh, sorry, wrong verse.
The residents of both heaven and hell desire human birth on Earth planet because human life facilitates the achievement of transcendental knowledge and love of Godhead, whereas neither heavenly nor hellish bodies efficiently provide such opportunities. A human being who is wise should never desire promotion to heavenly planets or residence in hell. Indeed, a human being should also never desire permanent residence on the earth. For such, by absorption in the material body, one becomes foolishly negligent of one's actual self interest.
But should always be thinking how to get out of this place. And you cannot think like that unless you become Krishna conscious. Yes? Unless you attach to Krishna, how you can become detached from Maya? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm?
If somehow or the other, by good fortune, one develops faith in hearing and chanting by my glories, such a person being neither very disgusted nor very much attached to the material life, should achieve perfection, should achieve perfection through the path of loving devotion to me.
So somehow or other we must get into Krishna consciousness. Any other questions?
Prabhu, I had another question.
Hmm.
If anybody else is asking, I can wait.
You can ask.
Okay. Prabhu, I was reading Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 8,
Hmm.
the purport.
Hmm.
And in the purport, there is mention of Lord Shiva's birth. And one place it says that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. And in the same purport, it says that Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. So, how do we understand these two uh, references of the scriptures, Prabhu?
Sometimes it said that Lord Shiva appeared from Vishnu, sometimes it says appear from Brahma. So different kalpas,
Oh, okay,
it's different way Krishna, brings about them personalities. There's a verse like that. It says sometimes he says he comes from Brahma, sometimes he says come from Vishnu. But for the Lord, everything is inconceivable. No? He can do anything, no?
yeah,
Right?
right, Prabhu,
So we have to take it like that. Hmm?
right, Prabhu.
Well, is it not possible? Is it possible? He can still come from Vishnu head also, correct? Why he cannot? Yes.
Yeah, right,
And he can also still come from Lord Brahma's nostril, he says. No, he came from Brahma's forehead, no? And he got angry.
right,
Understand?
right. Yeah, actually, that explains even another question that I had. Um, uh, like in India, there are different places where there are two references to the pastime, the same pastime in two different places. So, like you said, it could be different cultures.
Yeah. Like now that Buddha who came this yuga is different from the Buddha used to come in different yuga. Is there in the Bhagavatam? He, tried to check all those people who were doing interplanetary travels. So this Buddha came to preach against the Vedic scriptures, stop animal sacrifice. Hmm? So Buddha, different purpose. You understand?
Right,
So it is explained in a different kalpa. He does the different pastimes.
right,
But still the Lord does his pastime. That's the main thing. You should understand the Lord is inconceivable.
yeah,
He can do anything.
yeah,
Anything else? No more questions, huh?
No, Prabhu.
All right, looks like everybody's tired. Think everyone is fasting. Tomorrow you can have the feast. Yes.
Yes.
Tomorrow breakfast is 11, 11:02 to 11:04. You only got 2 minutes. Don't know you can break your fast in this short time. Very strange, yeah? Breaking fast in 2 minutes.
We didn't
The,
notice actually.
the murta is very short. So anyway, wake up early, chant your rounds. That's the best. That's the best fasting and feasting. If you chant, that's the best.
Yes, Prabhu.
That's the whole idea. That's the real happiness, to capture the Lord. And when you chant, the Lord appears in your tongue, So, okay, thank you so much for your valuable association.
Hare Krishna.
I
Thank
hope
you
you
for your
learned something today.
so much, Prabhu.
Huh?
So much. Actually, it's mind blowing to see the amount of. It's like encyclopedia, Prabhu. Just one question and so many references to the Shastra you show, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Like
incredible,
mind blowing.
incredible, incredible.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
so.
Plus,
expected that reach that question of that.
I cannot write it at that speed which Prabhu is saying, and Prabhu is showing verse after verse.
It is
So
recorded.
it's
I have
really
also
mind
all
blowing.
the verses I have noted down. It is recorded also, so you can refer it.
Yeah,
it's all standard verses, no?
yeah,
Yesterday I was giving a class to Russia. So I talked about happiness. After the class, I asked how. They said, everything on happiness is complete, finished,
Yeah.
A to Z. I think more than 50 verses was there, I think. It's all standard. If you read the books, they're all there, no? Correct?
yeah,
If you don't read, then you will not know. That's the problem. Yes.
yeah,
This is how, even if you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also speaking like that, quoting references, right?
right,
So you learn like this, then when you preach, you can also explain.
right,
Otherwise, how to substantiate your evidence, correct?
yes,
Yes or not?
yes, yes, very true.
So you must read the books again and again and again. So Prabhupada said, you must know my books as good as a lawyer, no?
Yeah, in and out everything.
Yeah, in and out, everything. Okay, thank you so much. I hope to see you all again soon. Huh? All
Thank you,
glories to
Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.